There wasn't a lot of discussion about this happening right before his trip. It wasn't clear if he was going to meet with al-Shara or not during this trip to the Middle East. But I don't think it's necessarily that surprising aside from the abruptness of it. It
Mm.
wasn't telegraphed in advance, but it's now been almost 6 months that Shara has been in charge of Syria, and the sanctions were on the old regime. So Syria has been under sanctions for decades, of various sorts. But the most recent round of sanctions that the United States put on happened during the Arab Spring uprisings after Bashar al-Assad began brutalizing his own people in response to their uprising against his regime. And since those sanctions were put on, the United States has this habit of putting sanctions on and never quite taking them off. There's a humanitarian reason to want the sanctions to be lifted, which is that the people of Syria have suffered under the sanctions. They've suffered from natural disasters in the past few years. There was an earthquake not very long ago, and levels of poverty are extremely high. One of the biggest industries is the drug trade. One of the biggest industries is the drug trade in Captagon, which isn't good either. So if you want Syria to be able to make it as a country and not fall apart into a renewed civil war, it makes sense that you would want sanctions to be lifted and to have a chance to work with Syria's leaders to try to bring that about.